quarry circles are pretty generally fun. It's like a lot of fighting around the actual edges of the quarry itself and seeing if you could survive if you are inside the
It's
quarry
how far
itself.
down the quarry can you get before you die.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. It's a fun game mode. Promise. We should introduce it to PUBG Mobile.
absolutely. Quickly, where do you think the circle's going to go? 3, 2, 1.
Shooting range.
Shooting range. Shooting range circle. You heard it here first, ladies and jelly spoons. We are going to be getting into
Jelly spoons.
into these rotations a little bit later on, obviously, when all of these teams have landed, have looted, have got those positions on board. T1 a little bit further north of Melter Power than maybe you want to be, but they grab some vehicles and they will be heading down south. TSM Entity back to South George.
Yeah, this really only favors.
No way.
Whoa.
25 points.
Wow.
25 points for you, Blank.
Take it back. I'm pretty good at this thing. Let's go. Megastars, on the other hand, they had a decent start to this game, obviously dropping in Kamishki. It starts off well for them, as well as Synergy. They're going to get that mansion split early on, and get nice and looted up. Because if you actually hit the mansion split later, obviously you're trash looting, so you're not getting as much loot as possible, and you need to regroup. You regroup later as well, so it means that teams like TSM Entity, if they drop out early and they loot George, they're fine to start rotating early on. For Synergy, it's going to give them a lot more time to get this rotation under wraps. So because of the playing path, the actual movement, the actual herding of themselves over towards the circle is much easier, John. So they're having a decent time. Bots game, on the other hand, they're not directly all the way across the coastal line here. They're much more together. As you can see, Microboy starting to put out his feelers towards box game and see what he can find out.
See if he can get that information on board, information key.
This outfit's cool as hell. I want this, but real life.
All right, Rock's top tier outfit, fantastic.
Yeah, nice
to be honest, I'm loving the clownfish as well.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
It's the sort of outfit that I'd wear to annoy you. You know,
don't like that.
Which is what most of my online character. Whenever we play like an online game together,
yes, I hate it so much.
I always just put together probably the worst outfit I could imagine. And just play with that.
What was that one time where you were in a balaclava and sunglasses?
Yeah. That was PUBG Mobile.
I hated that so much.
It's great.
That's all he was wearing.
It's so good.
There was nothing else on him. And I'd put a load of time in. I'd got this really cool outfit. I'd got
match the boots and the bangles.
Yeah. And then I'd like, oh, John, let's play some PUBG Mobile. That's a wacky car, wacky bike there. I said, play some PUBG Mobile, and he loads up and he's just there like, yes, it's me, John Allen. I almost didn't want to play with him after that.
That is, you know what, that's fair enough. And maybe some would say that maybe that's the whole idea.
Yeah, it's just to annoy me. That's fair play. I appreciate it. I do need annoying now and again.
All right, let's refocus onto the game because I've just spotted something on the the map here. You level up. They've gone to Severny, and so they are not going to be guarding Team IND on that push up north.
No, but it doesn't matter regardless whether they're not doing it anymore or not, because they've actually... See, the thing is that Team IND, first game, right? Team IND spent so much time out in the blue, and that's just because of the threat that you level up might be there. And what it's doing is that we're finding Team IND, on a wrangle at least, find their way into a good circle early on with great loot from Sosnovka. Okay, kill. With great loot from Sosnovka. Right. Now they're having to take on the repercussions of playing in Sosnovka, which is the fact that it's going to take you a while to get into the circle, and you need to be cautious about going across that bridge. You are going to hit there late, but with good loot.
Orange Rock are playing without Scout this time around. There are 3 players in the lobby, so we'll see what they can do. They are very central into this circle, Blank, so they are in a pretty crucial location. We'll see if that comes back to bite.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they have moved down towards the bottom of the river here. They are, like you say, without Scout. Valos the Murder gave them a little bit of grief last Erangel today, so we'll see if something similar happened. Obviously, that happened mainly because so many teams were forced into this area with the weird playing path we had at the start of the day, on Erangel at least. Synergy, though, like I said at the beginning of the game, they will have got up looted very, very easily, very, very quickly from Mansion, and now they're instantly moving their way over towards Severny side. Let's see if they come into contact with you, level up early on. Megastars, on the other hand, they're Kameshki. They're still keeping it chill. They head up towards Stalber, get an Overwatch point, get the binoculars out, the telescope, see where the rest of the teams are, and then play from there. For Scarlet, more passive play in Yasnaya. Let's take a look at this team on screen. Actually, no, go ahead. What did you want to say?
So I was just going to look at the scoreboards in general, and I'm looking at U2 Gank. They're basically confirmed to be in 15th place.
I'm coming over.
There's no way that U Level Up are going to be able to leapfrog them in one game. They're currently 59 points behind, which means that U2 Gank, lucky this week, able to stay in. So hopefully they'll be able to get into next week's Super Weekend. But it is crucial that they do so, Blake.
Yeah, just a real testament to Jumper and the team's ability, and on that first day getting the triple chicken dinner. I'm not sure what happened to Jumper really, because he was probably one of my favorite players from that first day, and I was like, wow, that is incredible. This is a player that can really have some superstar value, right?
That's what we love to see, all about the comebacks. And speaking of, obviously we have to mention TSM Entity, how fantastic their return to form has been over the last few days. They've been climbing up and up and up. They're in 8th place now, with about, I believe that to be a 23-point margin between them and Megastars, who are just sat above them. So beautiful stuff for them to be able to come back swinging, obviously, with not the greatest performance earlier in this tournament. So it's great to see them.
This is a team that we can talk about really quickly. It's T1. Now, T1 a little bit scared about really GXR Celts, because they've been the one prodding them down in Milta. This time, they're immediately heading towards the north side, past Lipovka, going to head up towards Salba. And we know they go underneath the mountain here. They probably will clash up against Megastars. Sparks might fly a little bit, but it'll be interesting to see. GXR Celts are also on the same warpath, it would seem, towards that side of the map. But the majority of the contestation is going to be towards the south of shooting range, where there's a lot of that tree line available, a lot of forest you can play in, a lot of hills to gather that information. Synergy are pretty firmly planted there right now, with Freestyle as well as U Level Up trying to vie for position in that area.
You say U Level Up looking to get those crossings controlled, really. They're trying to just scout out those information and see who's going to be pushing up north towards them. But they are grouping back up as well. Washwan a little bit lower on HP, actually. He took a little bit of a tagging early on. He's gone down twice as the first player to go down in the squad over today. So hopefully they're going to be able to keep him alive for a little bit longer this time around. Yeah. T1, as you said, making that rotation up across Stalber, and actually GXR Celts making that same rotation as Megastars have moved in earlier. It's
a little bit difficult from this place onwards, because if you look at the way the roads intersect just to the west side of Yasnaya Polyana, it creates like this pizza slice. You can see it on your screen there, just to the west side of Megastars Paradox, and it's really tough terrain to go over because it's so flat, and you'll just get shot at by anyone who's watching that way. So you've got to be really careful. You can see T1 heading over the north side. You can see GXL Celts doing a similar thing. Vexy drops down the mountain himself and starts to get on with it.
Just sends away. Neither of these teams really want to clash at this stage. GXR Celtron took a bit of damage there. I think he tumbled out of the vehicle and will get picked up by a teammate and get back on board with the rotation. Everyone on the eastern side. Actually, this northeastern side is uncharacteristically packed, Blank.
It is, yeah. And I mean, Team Secret are going to be happy about this one. For one, I mean, they might have a similar approach that they did in Miramar, where they played it very, very slow, very careful as they move into the end, latter parts of the game, right, and then just strike from there. Obviously, they know TSM Entity should be around this vicinity, so it's a team they have to be careful for, as well as RRQ. Neither teams to be really turn your nose up at, because they're very, very strong. So Team Secret, they want to play it safe and quite really discern where they want their next rotation path to come through.
Reject Scarlet have got themselves position on the western side of Severny. The GXR Celts cross straight through Synergy. Goodness me, how have they managed to get away with that? They managed to get relatively unscathed. I mean, you can see the health bars there. Synergy, I think, didn't even believe that GXR Celts would go for such a bold move.
I know, but that is bad for Synergy in a way, because now GXR Celts have a bead on their position and can start to make some insightful play towards the end of the game.
And so do all of the teams around them as well, because they shot off a couple of bullets.
Yeah, which is not good, especially with the position they're currently in. It's very strong for this northern side of the map. But again, this might not even be a shooting range finish. Sure, I called at the beginning, so it has to happen. But you know, we can rule it out still.
Can we rule it out?
We can rule it out.
Absolutely. Ruled out immediately. I've forgotten what it was that you said. Is that ruled out?
Wow. That's a serious ruling.
Louis with the DP, not quite able to land the spray onto Trance as he sails across the hills with the buggy bouncing about and making sure he's getting to safety, it seems. Not out of the woods just yet, quite literally. But he is going to get through. Okay, good job. Able to make it to the other side there. But the rest of IND, they still have to make this cross.
I just want to quickly say that the circles aren't predetermined before the game.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't have any insider info, I promise, okay? Please believe me.
well, it does center up towards shooting range. Interesting there, Blank. I'm going to have to, I will conduct an internal investigation.
Be an interrogation room.
Absolutely.
What did you see that we didn't? Tell us now.
What do the numbers mean? What do they mean? Where's that come from? Oh, goodness me. Predicting the circles. To be fair, you're on a level with Ocean now, aren't you?
I know, I am actually on a level with Ocean. I would say getting towards it. I'm Louising my way up to a level with Ocean.
Yeah, maybe not just there quite yet.
Not quite there yet, I would say.
He's taller hair.
Well, way better track record than me. RQ actually now behind Team Secret. Team Secret made their way across the bridge. TSM Entity now very much towards the center. And look at all these teams. There's lots of area around on the west side, the east side that no one wants to play in because it's so open. It doesn't have that compound area for them to hold down in. It's very, very undefensible.
God, these hillsides are packed to the south of Saverdi. Look at this. There's just, goodness me, call the red arrows. This is some coordination going on right now. King of Gamers pop out and they want to take some shots over towards Arnjone, but they have to get their own troops to safety first. A little bit of a defilade, a little bit of a building as Valdas post up by shooting range. RRQ take a knock as G9 hits the deck.
That's a big pick off onto RRQ. G9 is probably the only player that's really been showing up today from RRQ, and the fact that he's gone down first is a really good omen for Team Secret in this fight.
Beautiful stuff indeed. Orange Rock on the western side, and they might just be in with a shot here, depending on how RRQ Team Secret fight goes. They might be in with a chance. If they take a couple of knocks on those two teams from the south side, they're going to be in with a chance of holding them off.
Well, we've seen Orange Rock do stranger things. I mean, the first game of the day today, John, remember they went down to 2 players, just Viru as well as Gil, I believe it was. Oscar, no, it was Viru and Scout at the end. And they only had 2 players, and they still made it all the way to 4th place. So, yeah, I wouldn't count Orange Rock out just yet, just because they're missing 1 player at the start of the game. I still think they have a really good shot here. And it feels like Orange Rock are starting to pick up the pace a little bit today.
Yeah, Bigatron have picked up the pace in terms of kills as well, Blank. They're on 141 kills now to RRQ Athena's 149. So they are absolutely starting to rack them up. Maybe in this last game of this week's Super Weekend, they'll be able to overtake RRQ Athena in that kill count. That would be phenomenal. Yeah,
and RRQ, they got G9 back up, so they're 2-4 members, but they seem to be just limping along in these final games. Not to say they're not still a great team, but it's just not what we expect from them whatsoever. Reject Scarlet very much on the northern side of the map, but it's Synergy, the team that we can see right now, who are super duper central, and they're so good at doing this, at finding very, very strong positions within the circle and then defending them. Unfortunately, like I said before, when they start to becoming under a lot of pressure, sometimes they don't always step up to it, but they just have these massive pop-off moments. And you know when they pop off the most, John? It's at the end of the day, or they're at the end of a Super Weekend, or at the end of a league play. So you know what? If everything bodes correctly, I think that Synergy could have a really, really powerful game this year. Powerful game here. There we go.
Much better. Bigatron, they've been having some pretty powerful games of their own here, and they are going to be moving in from the south side. They're playing Edge this time around. They're around the foothills on the eastern side of Everest, and they're going to be looking to cross the river, potentially looking to go a bit north, but Team Secret are just across the way. You can see Rex operating their Harry Potter tower there, and the rest of them will be in the compound just out to the east and able to back it up nicely. Rex, not really at too much risk here. They can just get in those vehicles and send on if they need to back them up.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it's getting slightly dicey for Team Secret, just in the sense that they're a little bit far at the circle, and you've got Team IND and BTR both coming in towards their position, and really they're going to try and gatekeep BTR. It's a difficult team to gatekeep. They're very, very good at changing up the play on the fly. You know, they're quite quick when it comes to that.
And they've spotted out Team IND as well, the other team who was moving in from the south side. They're taking a couple of shots as the nades go back and forth near shooting range. Valdez the Murder exchanging with GXR Celts. And they have to just back it off. I don't know if these smokes are to push or to cover them off, but I don't think that GXR Celts want to go for this hold. This push, sorry.
I would say not right now. BTR, though, still between the fight between Team Secret and Team IND, but Team Secret should know their position after all those shots did come through. I think that is... I think that's on top of shooting range.
Is it on top of shooting range?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a little bit to the west, right? The shooting range, the west on the circle.
Yeah.
But it is going to be in there. Blank, have you done it?
I don't know. I don't know what's gone on. This is
fantastic
weird
stuff.
This is weird kind of look coming through. I should probably go get a lottery ticket at the end.
You should put that other shirt on, your Mystic Meg today.
Mystic Meg, I am Mystic Meg. I've got my crystal ball in front of me and everything. Megastars moving up from the southeast, having a good time. But BTR now moving through, and this is the clash between them and Team Secret. Team Secret currently battering against BTR.
And this is the hold. This is a strong spot that Team Secret had. They managed to get Ryzen and flush him down as well. The rest of Bigatron can just mount up and leave now. They'll probably loot their fallen comrade and send on out with those meds, with those supplies. But it's not the best of situations. However, 3 players from Bigatron, it's worth a whole lot.
It is indeed. I mean, like, Bigatron, you can't count them out until they are finally out of the game itself.
There we go.
As I say it, there it comes through. Mattoy goes down to Luxy. Rex is just flying in.
I don't know if you want to do that, Rex. That might just be pretty tricky to make work. Luxy's going to dispatch you. Lickety split you high now, trying to get the off angle as he pushes down, but Microboy's ready and waiting to hold it off. Luxy's there. And they're just going to keep it down. Oh, no, he pulls out a nade. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh, goodness
That's
me.
their trick. You can't do that against them. Yuhai goes down. There is probably their best shot into this game. And talking of shots, iShots is just going to leave this fight. He doesn't see any use in staying around any longer. He's just going to go for those placement points towards the end of the game. TSM Entity, they go out.
Oh, no.
And I was going to talk about this. They went out early last game, and now they're going out early again. Has perhaps that confidence dipped off a little bit?
Well, I'll have to wait and see. They've had a very good day already, Blanket, has to be said.
It's been a really good day so far.
They've had a phenomenal day, so hopefully they'll be able to rest on that laurel. That's going to be their Super Weekend over, so we'll have to qualify again if they want to rack up more points. Bigatron, they say if you take one of ours, we'll take 2 of yours. Thank you very much, Team Secret. Down to 1 player. iShots remaining for them.
Yeah, he will have to just play for placements here. And, you know, even if he gets towards the top 8, Team Secret will be feeling very happy about this week. I think the Super Weekend has just been fantastic and really shows, ooh, that was a nice nade, really shows to a lot of teams that even if you don't get to play on that first Super Weekend, even if you don't get to play on this Super Weekend, you could still make up for the points in the last one or the next one.
Velmuth does get flushed. G9 picks up yet another kill, and they will be moving forwards from the western side. It's RRQ Athena with 4 players. They did manage to get that res on the knocked G9 earlier, so they'll be happy with that one. Arm Jones still trying to plink a couple of shots, but you'll be lucky, my friend.
Goddard just watching over the fence. A quick replay on our screen. It's Viru versus TSM Entity. Obviously, Orange Rock absolutely crushed TSM Entity on this top side. Viru with the drop shots.
Nicely done there. Able to swing out wide, get the flush as well. I think there was another team as well coming into that fight to help them out, but TSM Entity, they do go down. It's just a really strong position now for Orange Rock on the northwestern edge, where they can operate. They can start to decide where those rotations are going to come through. It's a nice base of operations for them.
Yeah, they can start to run off this hot streak from that initial squad wipe, just like TSM Entity said they did yesterday on Miramar. And even with 3 players, yes, don't count them out yet. They still have a shot into this game. Next up is going to come on the screen soon. Hopefully I am disproved, and I am as it heads up towards Severny side on the north side of the map here. Box Gaming, they're on a southeast spot, but it's Reject Scarlet who get the circle once again. Now they have to do something to the circle. They need to play like Freestyle does on that Miramar map today. They need to start taking advantage, start taking off teams. Orange Rock, on the other hand, immediately go over to the coastal side. They know there shouldn't be too many teams here as this playing path was directly in the middle. So this is really smart from them.
For me, there's a race between 2 teams in this lobby, Blankets. You level up in freestyle. I talked about how I was looking at the bottom,
yes,
and they are sat currently straddling 16th and 17th place, right? There is 4 points between them. There is a total of 4 points between these 2 teams, and that is minuscule. When it comes to the scale of the tournament that we're talking about, 4 points, it may as well be 0.
I think that's the second time I've seen Megastars really whiff a spray there. That should have definitely been their kills. Unfortunately, not able to bring those ones through. Now, Val's the Murder, they're also in close competition for holding onto Severny itself. Orange Rock instead have opted to go towards slightly more towards the high ground, and Synergy have tried to rotate towards the east side and north, and they're rotating parallel alongside Megastars at the moment. We'll see who comes out on top of this one.
Synergy trying to make the mad dash now across the field, but they do get spotted. It's King of Gamers who pick off Schreider. Megastars might try and pick up some of the pieces, but the east side of Severny is prime real estate right now, Blank. And Orange Rock occupy a really central spot in it.
He sees Ted, though, hurtling his way towards the coast on the north side. He's the last player for Synergy other than Schreider, who is on the eastern side of the map. Over here, Reject Scarlet, though, here is that's the aggression I want to see from this team.
Nicely found. Reject Scarlet able to take on GXR Celts. Ultron goes down and Tanky goes down, and they're eliminated in 15th place. They are unfortunately found. Aston side still rages on. The battle is still fraught. There's Bigatron. They're down to 3, but they're still slinging out the bullets like no tomorrow. D2E trying to challenge on the corner of shooting range now. They've held this position for quite a while, but they will have to leave as the blue pushes them in. It is 4th phase Blank, which means the circle will start to really chunk away, and it's something that you cannot ignore, something that you can't just sort of heal up through. You level up taking a fight as well with the Megastars. As they turn up around the corner, Chashin will go down first. Huoshuan soon to follow. And you level up. They're getting torn apart. Win to the last remaining player. He's all the way out in the back and won't be able to save them.
And this is a massively important fight as well. You level up, go out. Freestar's still alive on the south side of the map, so there's a potential for them to head up towards the upper parts of these points and placements.
It's more than likely as well. You level up didn't even get any kills, so they only get 1 point on the game. Freestyle, it's their time, their chance, but unfortunately they're locked in a pretty sticky situation of their own. On the south side, just Bubba alive for them, hiding behind the U as they know they just need to survive here, Blank. They just want to disengage as fast as they can.
Trying to get out of there. Team IND still have actually managed to make their way in. Not many players whatsoever. BTR moving their way in from the western side. That's IND now out, but Val's the Murder coming up against T1. Martin takes a huge amount of damage.
Oh, he's going to try and blow up the UAS here, try and take down Sadam, but he can't get it done before Break chimes in with the third party. Box Gaming taking shots onto the fight, but so are Reject Scarlet. T1 getting peppered down. Val is the Murder trapped in a valley, but they are in the next circle. Crucially, they'll be able to survive there for a little longer.
Just managed to get underneath the ridge side, but like you say, John, they're really right on the side of the circle itself. But it's RQ have managed to make their way through Severny itself. Ted is hiding in the wings. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for RQ, but King of Gamers taking a massive amount of damage from BTR.
Bigatron on the coast side will be having to cross the road, most likely, but the nades, they're going to support them beautifully. Luxy just slings one out, and King of Gamers, 2 of them down across the way. Only Soup left for them, as the Megastars get spotted out by Bigatron as well on the northern shore. It seems like, you know, Bigatron, they got the last chicken dinner. They want another one, Blank. They want to keep it on rolling. You talked about teams with momentum. I think no better example than Bigatron.
Yeah, they tasted victory and they've realized just how much they've missed it.
Oh yeah, we're really good at this video game, aren't we? Fantastic stuff. Megastars roll up onto the downed Braga, and they pick up a point.
BTR, slightly rough position. They will have to use these nades as an advantage. 789 damage on a single player already in the game is ridiculous and very luxy of him.
Micro Boy, he's got the K9. Oh, he's shooting out the feet there. I think he did go down before that, and actually Zuxy's just stealing this one away. Micro Boy trying to line up the shots. He's like, I'm going to get this. I'm going to make sure, you know, my breathing's all in time. And Zuxy's like, my point.
Yeah, Luxy maybe peeking a bit too much over the top side, trying to get those points. Does get knocked down, but Viru knocking Zuxy himself. Orange Rock still in this game. They are very, very close to Soup from King of Gamers, and the circle moves ever north towards BTR. Now, I said they might have to cross here, but now they've got such a strong spot.
I said that.
Sorry?
I said that.
When?
When I said they had to cross. Well, it might. And it doesn't matter, Blank. What matters is one of us said it. You got the points for predicting shooting range. Let me have this one.
Okay.
Fantastic. Orange Rock, they're still going. Viru will get rezzed as well. They'll have to make a cross as T1. They're going very, very low on the south edge. Reject Scarlet as well have to move on, and they'll be guarding out Seidan on that rotation. The question in my mind is, can Orange Rock get into this next circle? Will they be able to push Megastars out from that position where they have to move a little bit west?
Yeah, Megastars are in a tough spot here. BTR just trying to find some zone, but I think they are low on medication. Luxy only with 3 med packs. Microboy here with just the 1 first aid kit. That's Reject Scarlet taking a huge amount of damage. And still have to make their way into the circle. Ernie down to just the 1 player on RRQ, but looking to find their way up the rankings. Top 5 finish would be
zone as well, so it's just Marvi up and kicking for them. RRQ Athena get eliminated on the west side as Ernie finally falls. The next shift comes, and again, it's towards Bigatron, Blank.
It is towards Bigatron. They're so happy with this one. They've been... I think the win has come wrapped in a nice little gift basket, and there has been a bow on top here. BTR will happily take this one away from the other team, so it's up to them to spoil the party, spoil the Christmas day.
It's going to be Bigatron with the turkey at the end of it, but it's up to the rest of the teams who gets what scraps, who gets what's leftovers in the Tupperware to take home. And we'll see just what they're able to save and pop in the freezer for next week.
We'll see if it can be a cat who jumps onto the side and eats all the turkey before they even get home to have even a look at it. But this would be a really good back-to-back for Bigatron from Sandhawk to here. Now on Erangel getting the second chicken dinner. The circle favouring them makes things so difficult. Reject Scarlet currently in a pretty rough spot, and Marvi trying to throw some nades over towards his position. Ted on his lonesome. We talked about this guy earlier. Actually got himself towards the north side of the map and is staying alive. This is actually really good for Synergy, despite them losing so many members early on. Well played to you, Ted.
8 kills for Bigatron, I believe that was, if my eyes didn't deceive me, but they're looking for plenty more. Their base of fire is so strong here. They have this entire ridgeline under their control. There is no one who can get across at this stage. Investing the smokes would be folly. Marvi looks to be healing out in the zone. I don't know if he's going to try and pop up and run across at some point. Has got 2 first aid kits left, so he's going to go up and try and go for the run. Actually, oh, he picks off Reject Scarlet.
And they rank up as well. They rank up.
So important. I don't think he's going to be able to get that one off, but Orange Rock make it to 4th and pick up a kill point. That's beautiful stuff coming through. Bigatron now controlling the opposite side, and this is the killing field for them.
Yeah, it's going to be impossible to actually dismount BTR now. They're in a fantastic spot. They're even starting to cross the road and take even more aggressive positions. Ted, though, he'll be looking for that second place. Vexy drinking the energy drink, trying to stay alive as long as possible. I think BTR have an inkling there is a player on this east side. Ted goes for 1.
Vexy's actually peppering from the side, and Zuxi takes a lot of damage. Ted gets eliminated. Luxy's been knocked. Zuxi is low. There is a chance here for Vexy. Remember, Blank, he is a really one of the star players for the Megastars. Microboy gets knocked. Luxy's getting rezzed. Zuxi was going for the heal, so it means they are just 1 player strong. He's looking for the spray down, knows that they're near the smoke, not opting to put an aid in, and Zuxi wants the 1 versus 1. He wants to go head to head. Can't get it.